Hi, my name's Christine. I'm here to discuss the city versus the country living. Well, if you have to think about where you want to live, and the most beautiful place to live would be the country. Or it could be the city, too. It just depends on what the person prefers. And later on in this discussion, I will be telling you the advantages and the disadvantages of the discussion. And then you have to think about where you would be happy in life to where you can live in the country or the city also. In my opinion, nobody can argue that the country has a better environment to live. There are so much more beauty in the country compared to the noisy, crowded cities. The fastest pace of life of the city can be attracted, but eventually it can strain and run out. But life in the country can make our mind and soul to relax. So I'm going to discuss advantages of living in the city. Living in the city, you'll have close neighbors, and also you can get to work on time. You know, everything's close to you. Unlike the country, it takes a while to get to where you need to go, like shopping or the grocery store and stuff like that. And the advantages in the country versus the city, the country living has advantages of comfort and safety wise. Living in the country has a better environment to live. Like I said, peaceful and beautiful. And you have an idea of the advantages of living in the city and the country. Also, you need to know what advantages living in the country and the city are now. As living in the country, you can plant things, and see this happy family here in this picture here is beauty, and you plant and harvest your own food, and that's one of the advantages you have living in the country versus the city. And also, here's a city picture. And that's where it's telling you, you know, you can meet people, a lot of people in the city, and in the country you don't see many people because it's so far away and there's not, it's just, you can't meet a lot of people in the country. But on the other hand, you do have neighbors down the way from where you live in the country, and it would be good neighbors and close friends because they would help you out and know you better because of living in a small country living place. The disadvantages of living in the country living, we are not close to anybody, like I said. And the disadvantages of living in the city, you wouldn't have privacy. Also, usually an issue if you live somewhere close to the neighbors in the city versus the country, you would have, that privacy. And then living in the city, the noise level is usually higher than the country. And also the traffic is more congested in the city than the country. And also, you decide to live in the city or country knowing the disadvantages and the advantages of two different places that I explained to you. Now that I pointed out some of those cons and pros, which one would you prefer? I know I would prefer the country. That's my opinion. But that's totally up to you. I think people should be closer to nature, and that, also would be the country living.
Country.
So, I would definitely consider thinking about the city and country living and where you want to spend the rest of your life, and really think hard about it.